number of stories you can have, and there are very few. There's something about the theme of these stories that you have to become aware of. If possible, you should sketch them out. You should sketch them out very briefly so that you have no more than 6. Get 6. That's all you need. All you need is 6. Then watch the next time it comes up. Watch the next time you have a spontaneous fantasy, and then all you have to do is check which one of these it is. And you'll see that all of them are really the result of just a few stories and their variations. Now, what is significant about that? When it's going on, your mind is focused on it. You're captured along with the story. There you are, you're meditating. You're absorbed. You're involved. It's formal meditation. Why? Pratyahara in Sanskrit and yoga is being able to turn off all of the data from the senses. All the data from the senses. Pull in, see that's a turtle. Right? Pull in all of the senses. Don't be concerned in any way with the external world. Pull in any reflection, the intellect. Be totally absorbed within yourself. Hey, contemplation. What does it mean then, now that you see that you're contemplating? That's what it is, you're contemplating. You're an expert. Do you want to see how significant these themes are? Ask your neighbor, friend of yours, if they would mind if you take over a couple of their fantasies because you're interested in trying them out. Unthinkable, isn't it? Unthinkable. It won't match your image. Unthinkable. You'll change it, even if you pick up part of it. You'll change it into some storyline of your own. What is significant about that? Here, look here. See, one of the important things in meditation is mantras. Repeating certain things. Mantras, say, mantras. These are mantras, telling the stories over and over again. They're spontaneous mantras. They're coming out of your own experience. You are your own teacher. You're giving yourself a mantra. Now, I, as a good number of you here know, I'm called this curious thing of a philosophical midwife. Now let me say why this fits for a moment. All right, look here. Two things are essential to study the mind. If you're a carpenter, not only must you know how to use the tools, but you have to know where your best tools come from. You have to be able to select them. Not any tool is equally as good. You must know where they come from and how to use them. So you need use and origin. You use them, these ideas, in this way. But unless you know their origin, you won't appreciate what's going on. Let's try it. The origin of these themes is very simple. These themes are fragments. They're fragments. They're a peculiar kind of fragment. They're fragments that have a momentum to them. They have a momentum to them. They operate nearly independently of you. You allow it, you succumb to it, but no, the storyline has its way of proceeding. Therefore, it has a certain energy. By the way, did we not say a moment ago? And you also must have an interest. Remember that? These themes are fragments. The fragments have an energy, and you have an interest in them because you can identify with them. To know where they have their origin is to discover this. See, each one of these is a fragment, and you want to see how it fits in. What is the whole of which this is a fragment? See, every storyline repeats itself in a variety of ways. If you're going to look at these 6 themes, and then you have a little notebook next to you, and you just check how many times, oh, I assure you in a week you're going to have a great number of them. Why is that important? Because you can see they're going over and over and over again, varying perhaps, that's true, but the same theme. Because these things seek a resolution. Hey, the mind offers them to you to find their source, to bring them home, to complete. The mind gives them to you so that you can seek their origin and find their place. Proper place. That's what you need, you see, to find their proper place. What happens when that happens? You won't have that theme anymore. That's all. You won't have that theme anymore. Because of an important reason. When you find the whole of which the theme is a fragment, you will see that this whole, which is so significant, this whole is one of the major contributors to that image you have of yourself. Therefore, you see, man is not irrational. Man's mind is giving you all the time the very tools you need through which to know yourself. You are involved in a continuous meditation. There's only one thing you need to do that you're not doing. That's right here. The intellect. It's time to put the intellect back into meditation. Because if what's going on in your mind are the very tools and the uses of the mind, well, then you might as well know the origin of those tools and how to use them. Otherwise, you'll be fighting them in a conflict that's opposed to yourself. It's against yourself. Now, what is absolutely beautiful about the mind, absolutely, it's a staggering benefit. Man's mind is an astonishing benefit, intrinsically beneficial, because as you reach for those significant goals, all right, we had that beautiful picture before, as you try reaching for the most significant goal, the conflicts become more visible. Get up, don't sit anymore. I don't like that teacher. I don't like where I am. I think it's time, my legs hurt. Time to, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Anything to pull you away from reaching the goal, because the achievement of those goals is in conflict with that idea. And the mind, therefore, right, is not in conflict with itself. It looks that way, but it isn't. You know what it is? Look here, it's this, isn't it? If you want to know what's blocking you, if you want to know why you're going through suffering and